Hi everyone, this is Siddharth Shukla from Mirchi Plus, and today I have with me someone who's constantly reinvented himself as an actor, none other than Rahul Dev, who is also gonna be seen very soon in a movie called Gaslight. A very warm welcome to Mirchi Plus, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, how was the day?
So far, I'm
Yeah.
filming Mysore. I'm in Mysore.
Oh, okay. So, firstly, sir, huge congratulations for the trailer. The trailer looks outstanding, and you are again playing a cop in this movie, Gaslight. But you have so I want to start by asking you often, this is not the first time you're playing a cop, but it's a suspense thriller. So, was there any extra preparation that underwent, that you had for this role, especially?
I'll be honest with you. I've played the role very instinctively.
Okay.
And the reason is my background, is such that my father was a very decorated police officer. And when I say that,
Yeah.
I'm twice Gallantry Award winner on the 26th of Jan parade. If you're familiar with North, the Indian Republic Day happens, and the parade the
Yeah.
president takes. So he's been twice emulated with medals from two different presidents of the country, ex-presidents, now in his. And most of my growing up impression level years were stationed, like the residences were adjoining either the Kotwali, which means the police station, or above the Thana. So you've grown up in an environment where even in a colony, for example, RK Puram, New Delhi, the neighbors were cops, the people upstairs were cops, behind jo log rehte the wo IAS the. So it was just a very bourgeoisie, that kind of upbringing, in the thick of it,
Yeah.
where you be with officers or their children, and so that's the reason. So
Okay.
that's prime one. Two, the role sort of is not about the police services.
Yeah.
It's a who done it,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it's got its lingo to it, है ना? एक
Yeah.
जुबान है उसकी. तो उस जुबान के दायरे में ऐसा कुछ था ही नहीं भाई कि जहाँ हमें एक जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल होता है ना, कुछ फिल्में बनती हैं यूनिफॉर्म को लेके, वर्दी को लेके.
Yes.
तो
Yes.
हाँ, better be, but also again आई एम वेरी वेरी वेल वर्स्ड विद जो डेजिग्नेशंस है ना हमारे
Yes.
दो सिस्टम
Yes.
में.
The
एक जो,
bifurcations.
या सो जो
Yeah.
ब्रिटिशर्स छोड़ गए, इंस्पेक्टर, डीएसपी, एसपी, सो ऑन सो फोर्थ, द एंड ऑल
Yeah.
वुड बी आईजी, इंस्पेक्टर जनरल.
Yeah. Yeah.
अभी जो कंटेम्प्रेरी सिस्टम है इंडिया का, वो है आईजी की जगह हो गया कमिश्नर, है ना? उसके
Okay.
एक नीचे हो
Okay.
गया, फिर उससे एक नीचे हो गया. एंड इफ यू आर an IPS officer, then you start at the designation of assistant commissioner of police,
Okay.
जो पहले
Okay.
डी, and both
Okay.
are still in current independent India. Like Rajasthan
Yeah.
still has SP and all that, जहाँ की ये कहानी है. तो
Hmm.
अशोक तंत्र है SP.
Hmm.
तो आई एम पर्टिकुलर समटाइम्स अबाउट कि यार क्या सरनेम है, कहाँ के हैं आप. तो ये
Hmm.
क्योंकि तो जुबान
Yeah.
इसकी मतलब अच्छी हिंदी बोलते हैं, है ना?
Yeah.
तो
Yeah.
हिंदी के लोग हैं. नेहा शर्मा ने और पवन कृपलानी दोनों ने मिलकर ये कहानी लिखी है.
Hmm.
और जो कहानी है, क्योंकि एक सर्टन ऑपुलेंस को लेके है, क्योंकि भाई जो इंसान जिसको ढूंढा वो एक
Sorry.
राजा है.
Hmm.
अब राजा का जो है, जो आसपास होगा वो ऑपुलेंस ही होगी ना, मतलब वो एक झोपड़ी की तो कहानी है नहीं. तो वैसा कुछ करके है. और जहाँ अशोक कहानी में आते हैं, वो वहां आते हैं जहाँ कुछ हो गया ऐसा कि जहाँ राजा मिल नहीं रहे. So there's the disappearance, which if you have you seen the promo for this, or for the trailer for this particular series, the film, have you seen it?
Yes. 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 I've seen it. It's sorry.
The story na, the layers of the
हाँ.
story,
हाँ.
बहुत, कि उनकी बिटिया आती है उनको देखने के लिए, और उनकी माँ रिसीव
Yeah.
करती है. बिटिया पूछती है कहाँ है मेरे पिता, और वो बता नहीं पा रही हैं. और फिर एक, as things goes along, if you watch the trailer again carefully, you will understand कि बहुत ही, बट ये है कि पता ये नहीं लग रहा है कि यार ये हु डन इट का हु कौन है.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole suspense of it because that who is still a question mark when I saw the promo that is there. That's the suspense of it. I want to also continue. The film is called Gaslight. I don't know. I'm sure you might have heard of this term. What are your thoughts on gaslighting, which is prevalent these days? And is there any reference to that gaslighting that is the title of the movie? क्या वो उस aspect से लिया गया? If you can throw some light on that.
See, the gaslighting that you're referring to, है ना? Gaslighting
Hmm.
you're talking about contemporary, है ना? Uh,
Yes.
that's totally entirely another connotation.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
So, like, the film would, I reckon, to throw light on.
Okay. Okay.
See,
Okay.
so what we are talking about? We are talking about a whodunit, right? So the who is to be thrown light on. Ki kaun hai yaar?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if
Acha,
you see
okay,
the,
it's in that sense.
it's yeah, of course, it's. I mean, you know, I mean, uh, uh, so it's. I mean, I would contemplate. I mean, this that's how I mean sort of interpret it. You know, and if you see, there's a lantern in the poster. Have you seen it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have seen the poster.
So if you see it carefully, there's a
Hmm.
sort of gaslight. The gaslit, the lanterns used to be gaslit, right? Huh?
Right, right, right.
And the uh, it's basically uh,
It's
how would
throwing
I say
light
this?
on that. I think I
अच्छा,
got your point.
gaslight, manipulating somebody, है ना? वही हो गया ना?
Yes, 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 yes.
So it is also there. See, if there is a who done it means, will there be manipulation and deceit? Yes, there will be.
Yeah,
है? तो दोनों ही चीजें हैं.
yeah,
I'm playing a cop. I would interpret it from that point of view. Because from an Ashok point of view, are you getting it?
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
what
I
is this
understand.
ambiguity?
Yeah,
ये कौन सा 53वां पत्ता कौन सा है? बता ना, you know, which is
yeah.
his 53rd card you're throwing. So I would interpret it in that sense. But of
Hmm.
course, you know, the 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 more direct meaning would be what you just asked. You know, so there is deceit. You know.
Understood, understood. Sir, most of the times people, despite the fact that you've given amazing performances, but still sometimes do you think people still consider you in the league of good-looking faces and, fitness more than acting? Do you feel does that overpower the acting chops that you have, the acting knack that you have in the performance that you've given?
See, I mean, it's just a bit unfortunate, you know, if people you see the thing is in the 90s till the early 2000 era, I was one of the maybe not you. I don't know how old you are, but there was a so-called male supermodel brigade. You know, so the male supermodel brigade had two or three people, so I was one of them. And that time models were not like the models how they are, like they were more like demi-godly and more like out there because the industries were very demarked. You know, film industry had a set of people, modeling has its own set of people, and the television was so there were no overlaps. It was not a very coming together like today. You have film actors and a lot of advertisement. You have models going to movies, models going to, but this is the first few people we are talking about the foray, and unfortunately, seniors who came preceding me were disasters. In the sense, the preparation maybe might not have been there enough. So they were great looking faces. तो ऐसा भी माना जाता था शुरू में यार ये हिंदी भी बोल पाएगा कि नहीं. Are you getting? दिल्ली का
Right.
लड़का भैया हिंदी. तो
Right,
ऐसा
right.
होता था. एंड वो अभी आप देखिए यार अगर ऑब्जर्वेशनली देखें मेरे जो पोर्टफोलियो में इस वक्त ये 136वीं फिल्म है 37वीं है शायद. तो काफी काम होता है ये. इसमें मैं
Yeah,
कोई
of
वेब
course.
सीरीज फीचर फिल्म्स ओनली.
Yeah,
These have been done over 22 years. So it's a fairly long period. Then
yeah,
अगर आप एक और चीज देखें इसमें डायरेक्टर्स को देखें इसमें कोई मेरे ख्याल से तकरीबन 19 नेशनल अवार्ड विनर होंगे. I mean, there are people like Rajamouli, there are people like Srinivas, there's people like Kalpana Lajmi, Nikhil Advani, uh, uh, Trivikram Srinivas Rao, Santosh Sivan. So these are just few names I'm throwing out. I've thrown 7 names at you. But
yeah.
इस किस्म के विक्रम भट्ट बहुत सारे ऐसे नाम हैं अलग अलग मेन स्ट्रीम कमर्शियल हैं. अनीस बज्मी. तो अभी ये कहना मेरे लिए मुनासिब नहीं है, मगर आप ये सोचिए कि एक दिल्ली का आदमी है, हिंदी बोलने वाला, माय अदर सेकंड लैंग्वेज वुड बी से इंग्लिश, और देन द थर्ड लैंग्वेज वुड बी से पंजाबी, राइट? तेलुगु तो मेरे यार परदादाओं तक ने की नहीं है, बोलना तो बहुत दूर की बात है। 33 फिल्में मैंने उसमें की,
Yeah.
17 फिल्में मैंने 16 फिल्में विद माय मास्टर्स ग्रेस मैंने तमिल में की हैं, 17 कन्नड़ में की हैं, 5 मलयालम में की हैं, 2 विद द लेजेंडरी मोहनलाल एज द मेन लीड। सो ही इज अ वेरी नेचुरल एंड गुड एक्टर। तो आई मीन जस्ट टू स्टैंड ओवर देयर एंड डिलीवर योर लाइंस टू समबडी लाइक दैट, आई थिंक थोड़ा बहुत तो कैलिबर चाहिए। अब ये देखा जाए कि वो कैसे कौन इंटरप्रेट कर रहा है, क्यों देख रहा है आपको वैसे,
Yeah. Yeah.
मेरे हाथ में नहीं।
I
have to
get it.
just leave it God above, and then do your work, and put your head down again and take fresh guard again, do your bit again, hope and
Yeah.
pray.
Yeah.
It's as
Yeah.
simple as that. Not
Yeah.
of I mean thought process अभी इसमें ध्यान डालें या इसमें डालें कि यार काम क्या कर रहे हैं।
Of course, of course. Which brings me to, you have, like we discussed, you have done bundle, abundant work in different languages, or बहुत सारे languages. I was doing the research. You have literally done almost in all languages, not all, but many in languages. Um, what is that one difference that you feel that exists in the Hindi film industry and in South Indian film industry?
The budgets here.
Budgets. So here there are bigger budgets.
See, naturally you're reaching onto a much larger audience, world audience, na? Because see, Zuban jo aapki hai, try and understand, India is 7th largest country in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's at one point there were only 22.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
within that, the south is one triangle.
Yeah,
Within the triangle, there is Kerala, there's
yeah,
Karnataka, there's Tamil, and there is Andhra Pradesh. And now the Andhra Pradesh is into two bits, also Simandra and Andhra.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
5 states today. So those 5 states, two of them are Telugu speaking, Simandra and
yeah,
Andhra. Of course, and of course, there's some other languages like Tulu is there in South, also Bengal,
yeah, yeah,
but the films mostly are being made in Kannada. तो अब यार
right.
उनके बजट्स नेचुरली एक सेगमेंट के लिए आप बना रहे हैं। अगर 135 करोड़ की अनऑफिशियल आबादी है और उसमें आप केटर कर रहे हैं एक्स अमाउंट ऑफ लोगों को, द लार्जेस्ट पॉपुलेशन वुड बी से आई थिंक यूपी 22.5
Yeah,
crores, आई एम नॉट वेरी श्योर,
yeah.
बट if my that is around that, that's the largest populated
It's
and the
almost that.
largest,
Yeah.
है ना? तो
Hmm.
उन प्रांतों में धंधा आपको करना है उतना ही,
Yeah, yeah,
मेरी बात। तो
right.
बट बनाते हुए you don't have that luxury. Like for example, I personally I love Malayalam films hell of a lot. I think they're
Okay.
the most natural.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed working in the films that I've worked in there. Marathi is the other medium, which again,
yeah,
meager budgets,
yeah.
really minuscule budgets. सो वही है यार, मेन तो बजट है। जहां तक क्रिएटिविटी का है सवाल, तो यार क्रिएटिविटी कैसे कम हो सकती है? क्रिएटिविटी
Of
तो
course,
आप
of course, of course.
जो भी बनाना चाहें, कौन रोक रहा है ना?
Yeah,
As long
yeah,
as the
yeah,
great, your idea is great, your story behind it is great, the writing is great, it can touch people, and it's directed by somebody who's really able and who's able to extract those kind of performances, put that whole jigsaw together, edit it, do that, and take it to audiences. Utna hi.
yes, yes. So, lastly, I would like to ask, people have this preconceived notions about working with, star kids, like बहुत सारा discussion debate चल रहा है आजकल. How was it working, like with Sara Ali Khan?
Commercial mainstream cinema, and people have different role models and different, like I've worked with Varun. Tiger and I follow each other on Insta and on Twitter.
Hmm, hmm.
A lot of Bobby I've done a lot of work with. Sunny I've done a lot of work with, fair amount of work
Yeah,
with.
yeah,
Uh, also, Sarah, it was a pleasure working with her. Pleasure. And I stand to gain nothing by, saying that about her. I mean, what do I stand to gain? Can she produce a film
yeah,
for me? Is it, what can she give me? Nothing, yeah. But, it's just sheer, the pleasure was there. I mean, I just enjoyed
yeah.
working with her. Loved the sincerity.
Understood.
She put it in. At very, very early stages of her career, she's taken a risk like this, where the onus is on her. The whole film she's taking forward. All right. So these are big risks.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
mind you, one more thing. No producer, no producer, again, I repeat, for whatever the relationship they might have, will put their money on somebody they're unsure of. Try and understand. The audience is
right.
much.
It's the
भाई
business.
ऑडियंस को पहुंच, एक डायरेक्टर चाहिए, एक प्रोड्यूसर चाहिए उस धंधे में, उसकी एक सोच है, उसको लगता है कि शायद ये लड़का या लड़की हमें आगे लेके जा सकता है, इस पे चांस लेते हैं, है ना?
Right, right,
तो आप
right, right.
जो चांस लेंगे कभी नहीं लेंगे यार, ये कभी नहीं लेंगे,
Of
कभी नहीं
course,
लेंगे।
of course, of course. It's the business that counts.
तो
Eventually, the audience.
the water will find its own level and then कुछ लोग, कई स्टार किड्स ऐसे हैं जो आगे नहीं चले,
Yeah, yeah,
कई
yeah, yeah.
ब्रोकन टाइम लैप 40 इयर्स 50 इयर्स,
Right,
ऐसा
right,
सिंपल है,
right.
बेसिक है, ज्यादा है ही नहीं यार, साइंस नहीं है। और आप
Right.
आगे सिंसियरली, डोंट माइंड व्हाट आई जस्ट सेड, बट जस्ट सिंसियरली लेके जाए, बिकॉज मुझे ना बहुत अजीब, ये साउथ और नॉर्थ और ये और वो क्या होता है यार, ये सब पहले भी, अभी
Yeah.
आप देखिए कपूर का, अनिल कपूर ईरा, जीतू साहब ईरा, जितेंद्र इज लाइक वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट एकता जी's father, it's
Yes,
another era.
yes.
I was a baby that time. uh, he's done a lot of south remakes,
Yeah, yeah.
तो साउथ और नॉर्थ तो तब से ही चल रहा है ना।
Yeah, I'm loving. I'm actually glad for the honest answers that you're giving. I'm really glad. So lastly, for the last segment, we have this segment called Choices with Rahul Dev. I'm just gonna ask quick questions, and these are just the choices, right? For your fans who want to know more about you. Shall we start?
Yes, go on please.
Yes. So first, are you a morning person or a night person?
I'm both, depending on the day it is. Like for example, today was the morning, so in the afternoon. So
Okay,
depend, because actor ना, अभी किसी दिन काम ही नहीं है सुबह, तो फिर मैं take the luxury of sort of breaking them.
right. So weight training, cardio, or yoga?
Neither of them. I'm more into body weight training.
Okay,
Your own.
okay.
Actually, I have a very clear thing. The human body functions on 6 things, and if you
Yeah.
analyze, अभी मैं दरवाजा आपको खोलने के लिए कहूंगा, you know, ये आप धक्का मारेंगे, which is pushing, और बंद करने लगूंगा, आप उसको अपनी तरफ खींचेंगे, which is pulling. So
Yeah,
pushing,
yeah,
pulling, squatting, lunging. अगर मैं आपको कोई भी चीज वजनदार नीचे से उठाने को, even if it's like his handbag or your own handbag, you'll have to bend,
yeah,
and then you'll
yeah,
have to
yeah,
bending, lifting. ये 6 मूवमेंट करता है
yeah,
इंसान जो
yeah.
बॉडी बनाया है ऊपर वाले ने। इसके अलावा रोटेशन है, नेक है, ट्विस्ट है, जो हिप से जो अटैचमेंट है वो रोटेट करता है दोनों तरफ से ना, ऐसे ऐसे आप ट्विस्ट कर सकते हैं।
Yes,
तो ये इस किस्म की चीजें करती है शरीर।
right.
सो आई फील दीज
Yeah,
मूवमेंट्स, एंड लॉट ऑफ देम वी, like for example everyone crawled when they were children. If you're an able bodied person and ऊपर वाला has given you नीचे की लातें जो चल रही हैं और दोनों हाथ दिए हैं, हर किसी ने बचपन में क्रॉल किया है, बड़े होके भूल
right.
जाते हैं। आई वाज जस्ट
Yeah,
स्पीकिंग सम, आई हैव एडेड समथिंग कॉल्ड अ मसल अप, एक चीज होती है, यू नो व्हाट दैट
yeah,
इज?
yeah, yeah.
इट्स नॉट अ
Muscle up, I
जंप,
know.
वो ऊपर पूरा जाना पड़ता
Yeah, 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 yeah.
है। जब हमने दीवारें फांदी थी ना स्कूल में,
Hmm.
कभी भी, तो उसे मसल अप करना पड़ता था
Muscle up, right. Yeah, yeah.
ना, रगड़ के, रगड़ के, मतलब उसमें थोड़े, यू वुड ग्रेज योर नीज एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, बट हियर यू आर डूइंग इट इन द एयर, so it's more
Yes,
difficult
yes,
of course.
yes, yes. Right,
But
right,
I love, it's again a very natural, so these are the kind of, I like compound movements oriented
right,
more. It's not
right,
heavy early on, but right now it's very agile, the compound movement, that kind of primal movement kind of body.
right. So, your thought on single parent, your thought on single parent and fatherhood.
It's the most humbling thing generally. I mean, I lost my wife to cancer, so I
Yeah,
can say, oh, my son was only in class 6, and I was at a loss. And I have no shame
okay.
in saying, because there was never any practice of parenting, in the sense like
Yeah,
roles were clearly defined. She was a super capable woman who took care of me, who took care of Siddhant, and
yeah.
so while she was there, मैंने कभी सोचा ही नहीं ना, life is going great, you're going from one set to the other. और उस जमाने में बॉम्बे में शूटिंग नहीं होती थी,
Okay. Yeah,
it out of the country, or you would be down south the studios, because Bombay had an excuse यार, वो ट्रैफिक, और जेन्युइन एक्सक्यूज होती भी थी ट्रैफिक कई बार, तो लोग
hmm.
लेट आया करते, तो उसमें नुकसान प्रोड्यूसर का होता था। So he would
Yeah,
just suddenly take you away to another place, and you come back home with the 40 days, 40, 50 days of filming. So I was never there. I mean, 137 films you've done over 20 years or 21 years, it's a hell of a lot of work, out of which 5 years I didn't work. I'd moved base to Delhi, because I had to take care of.
Yeah.
So it's the most humbling and, of course, the most joyous experience once you've
Right.
got the. I frankly had a say enjoyable time in the process. Then I was graced by the Lord Himself. I feel genuinely that my master came in my life in 2013, 19th of July, unforgettable time. I was really, really struggling and didn't know what to do, especially myself, and how I would raise him. You go to a parent-teacher meeting, I would only meet women. I've nothing against them. My
Yeah.
mother's
Yeah.
been a woman. But the only thing is, it would give me a twinge of insecurity. That the men are all there fending for their children, or if the man is coming here, the wife's there fending for him. What am I going to do for him? If I just can't take time off, just and continue like this. Are you getting
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then go back to Bombay. You're 80 films old already. There's no work for you. I had to participate in a show called Big Boss.
Yeah, we remember that. Yeah.
So, so, so things like that. And of course, with this grace now, of course, it's a super busy diary. I've not even been on ground promotions. I had a release today, Hunter. We had a premiere
Yeah. Yeah.
yesterday in Bombay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was not available for either of them. I
Yeah.
did these Zoom that I'm doing now. So
Yeah.
thanks to
Yeah.
just too much work right now, and I'm enjoying
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, like fingers crossed. And it was amazing talking to you, sir. All the very best for the movie that's coming, and of course for your future projects that you will be a part of. Thank you. Thank you. It was lovely talking to you, sir. Thank you so much.
I am Rahul Dev, and you're watching me on Mirchi Plus.